Hey guys, so Louis Rossmann received a cease and desist letter. Now, again, this isn't a lawsuit, but these can be very scary, especially if you've never received one before. They kind of look like a lawsuit and they kind of sound like a lawsuit, right? There's dates and times and large figures of money being thrown around. So the video is titled Cease and Desist. Cami Research wants me to pay $100,000 for publishing their own words. You can watch this video on Louis Rossmann's channel, and I'm not going to play clips of him, but yeah, it's definitely good context to watch the video. So I'm referring to a incident where between Louis Rossmann, who is a staunch advocate for the right to repair, and that's going to be important later, who says he received a cease and desist letter from Cami Research demanding $100,000 over a video in which he summarized their own words. The letter claimed defamation and illegal recording. So again, we have this defamation claim where everyone and their grandmother thinks that everything that's ever been said about them is legal defamation. Okay, but Rossmann publicly responded, arguing his summary was based only on publicly available statements, not private or legally obtained recordings. So, what is the situation? Cami Research sent Rossmann a legal demand for $100,000 or $10,000 a day, citing defamation and unauthorized use of their own words. Rossmann's video relied solely on information already publicly available, which Rossmann chose. So he argues it's not defamatory or improper to share. The defamation claim also hinges on whether his summary constitutes an opinion or a false factual statement, but Rossmann insists it's based on public facts, and it is, in my opinion, an opinion. So, public reaction here is what some Reddit people have. Unsurprisingly, they got review bombed on Google reviews 2 months ago, directly after Lewis's video. So this might give you an idea. So this is the second one. This is the response video, but the original video when they came out against Cami Research, their reviews went very, very negative, and maybe this is kind of an act of revenge against Louis Rossmann. The breakdown of the legal site for the recording prohibited only if made illegally, but if you didn't record it yourself and it's publicly available, you have the right to republish it. Regarding defamation, so this is from user Burn NP Freeze, keep that in mind, and I'm going to give you my opinion at the end. Rossmann is expressing his interpretation based on public information, which may count as an opinion rather than a false statement. So legal context is generally republishing something you didn't record yourself, especially if it was publicly available, is legally safer in many jurisdictions. So this is a very interesting legal exercise. So if you recorded someone illegally, that would mean they would come and sue you, right? Why are they coming to sue Louis Rossmann when the recording was made public by someone else? This seems like they're suing Louis out of a spite or revenge because he's not even the correct target. So if you wanted the correct target, it would be the person that you are saying. If your argument is, hey, this thing was illegally recorded and made public, well, you need to sue the person who made it public, not Louis Rossmann, the person commenting on the publicly available record, right? Defamation claims, if Rossmann is presenting his view based on public available information rather than stating false facts, that could be seen as opinion rather than legally actionable defamatory claim. So again, opinions, they're protected from defamation. You are entitled to have your opinion. And I watched the video, and upon the first watching, I think it's just an opinion piece. Right? None of it comes off as him presenting facts. It comes off as, hey, he is listening to recordings, he's reading the website, and this is his opinion. So you cannot sue for that, right? So he does have legal counsel. He's very public about this, which is interesting, right? The letter both this letter and his response from his lawyer was made public. So Rossmann Media too. It looks like he may have a lawyer on retainer, and maybe not, because this is Seattle, Washington, right? This is Seattle, Washington. I'm pretty sure Rossmann lives in Texas now. He used to live in New York City. Very fascinating. There's different laws, and remember, it is really about Texas. So for defamation or illegal recording, when you sue somebody, you're the plaintiff and you're suing a defendant. Typically speaking, if for defamation, it's where the defamation happened, which would be probably in Texas in his studio. So in Texas, we really do have pretty strong anti-slap here. It's not called anti-slap; it's something else. Like, there's actually a different name for it. It is called the Texas Citizens Participation Act, or TCPA, found in Chapter 27 of the Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code. It protects against lawsuits intended to silence people exercising their First Amendment rights to speech, associations, or petitioning the government. If a lawsuit is determined to be SLAP, the defendant can file a motion to dismiss, which can lead to quick dismissal of the case and award of attorney fees and costs of the prevailing party. So yeah, it's not, I mean, it's a different name. Yes, Texas Citizen Participation Act, TCPA, but basically it's our version of anti-SLAP that many other states would also have. So it's fascinating, the Streisand effect, right? So the more videos, so because of this cease and desist letter, Louis Rossmann, of course, he's shown time and time again, his response will be to make another video about you, leading to more negative reviews. So if you're upset about the initial negative reviews you received 2 months ago, when the initial video about you went out, now you will be doubly upset. This is what I would say, like, lawyers don't really understand. Most lawyers don't really understand how bad this is for their clients, the Streisand effect, where you don't want to send this letter to Louis Rossmann because he's going to make a video about you, and the video is going to be really bad. If you thought the first video was going to be bad, well, this video in which you are sending him a cease and desist letter asking for $100,000 is going to be far worse, right? Because he's absolutely going to respond to it, and his subscribers will absolutely tear you apart again, probably even more ferociously before, because now he's being, quote, sued, right? Or you're threatening to sue him, which would also then, if you do intend to sue him, I'm sure there will be a third video which will destroy the Cami research company. So this is just one of my perspective as a lawyer who does YouTube, is there's certain things that you just have to tell your clients not to do. Like, this is a whole, we covered this before, McNally, Proven Industries versus McNally. No, you cannot sue that dude for defamation. You just gotta laugh it off, shrug it off, because he is going to make more videos about you. He's going to make more videos about your product, and he's going to make you look worse. And when the lawsuit flips and eventually the decision's made, you are going to look really, really bad, because you decided to go after somebody who you knew would use their large platform. McNally has over 1 million subscribers as well, as same as Louis Rossmann. It's a really difficult thing to do. So if you're worried about your reputation and attention, negative attention, the last thing you would need to do is send this letter to Louis Rossmann for him then to make another video on you. God forbid they actually sue Louis Rossmann. It's just not a good idea. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.